Okay, right quick. This is Brian Hood. I'm a visual person, so I have to see things for it to make sense in my head. You can talk on the phone or whatever all day long, and I just don't get it until I see it. There's a lot of people out there like that. So some people I've been talking to recently, kind of, they're like, man, what are you doing now? And so I just kind of, share with them a little bit. And a lot of people are like negative, naysayers, throw mud. That's fine. It doesn't bother me because I've got the proof. So I just wanted to share this with you guys to show you exactly how it's worked out for me. So my background, that's pertinent to this conversation, is I own a CrossFit gym. I opened it up in January 2011 and or 2010 or whatever. But I owned it for 6 years. And so here's the numbers versus what I'm doing now, and I'll explain. So the first month, I went out, I bought all my equipment. I had cash and that I had saved up. So I paid cash for, rig and barbells and kettlebells and whatever, all that stuff. So I spent roughly $15,000 on gym equipment, not including trash cans, toilet paper, cleaning supplies, dry erase markers, whiteboard, all that stuff. So 15 grand just on the fitness equipment alone. But then I had to pay $3,000 to the headquarters for the licensing, the affiliate fee. And that was due every year. So I had to pay $3,000 every year. I was open for 6 years. So $18,000 in 6 years went out in licensing fees alone, to be able to market and use that name. So there was $18,000 roughly. It's more like probably $25,000 that first month and just startup. Year one, so $25,000, so about $28,000 in expenses. That was just utilities and everything else. I made $11,000 that first year, so I was in the red $17,000. That's a loss of $17,000. They say 3 to 5 years be in the red before you're in the black. Yeah. Year 2 to 6 kind of just jumped ahead. Average, I was pulling in roughly $68,000 a year, but my expenses were about $74,000 a year. That was my lease, trainers, paying people for things. So all my expenses. So I was losing about $6 grand a year. That includes my $3,000 a year affiliate dues. So I paid myself 1 month of salary in 6 years. People are like, well, that's stupid. Why would you do that? I had some other things, another stream of revenue that was help. My wife was working. So this was my hobby, but so I didn't make any money. So 6 years, and this last year, I closed November of last year, 2016. And that year, I think we paid, I'd have to look for sure. A guesstimate is about $12,000 just to stay open because membership was dwindling. So huge loss versus what I'm doing now. I started this in April. I paid $600, it's $599. Make sure this is in the thing here. Yep. So paid $599 roughly after taxes and shipping, whatever. So $650-ish. That was April 8th, I think, just to get going. That month I made $725. So I made a profit of $75 my first month. This $599 was a one-time fee. I never have to pay it again, ever. So that's your ticket to the eternal dance. So May, 0 expenses, I made $750. Repeated for June and August is about the same, $750, $750. This month, September, has been a good month. Business has absolutely exploded, doing very well. And I'm super excited about that. So I'm looking to pull in, I'm being conservative on this number. I want to make sure that adherence to disclosures and whatnot. I will not say what company this is. I won't state it. If you want to know, ask me and we can talk. But yeah, so I'm looking at making $1,000 this month, probably more. So I don't know, man. So for people who, I talked to them, about that. People are going to be, well, pyramids don't work, pyramid schemes, all that stuff. The company I'm involved in, they've been around 10 years, 11 actually. They're in 65 countries, which means that they're approved by 65 governments. They are a 100% debt-free company. 52% of all income goes back out to all the business partners, me. So all this to me equals this. So I understand how some people say, oh, I can't afford that, that's a lot of money. But if you're hungry, like me, I'm an entrepreneur, man. I'm down for whatever. I'm big on opportunities. If something comes along, looks like I can make some money and pedal it a little bit, I'm game. I'm totally going to do it. Because I like a challenge too. But I'm hungry. And I'm not afraid to get uncomfortable and work things. So this is, with that mindset, this is what you get. And this will only grow. This will only grow. My goal is to add additional number to that and move the comma to that. This time next year, I hope to be making 10 grand a month or more. It's totally doable. I have no doubt that I'll do that. But for the business-minded people, because people see things differently and process things differently. But if you're business-minded and money-oriented, and this is a better gamble than the stock market. You're going to get your return of your ROI, your return on an investment is much greater than many, thrift savings plans, stock markets, where you could take this number and turn it in and say it's $10,000, right? So if you started out with 10 grand, I'm not going to guarantee or promise anything, but if you hustled, if you're like me, I have no doubt that in 6 months you could take that 10 grand paid for and make probably an extra 5 or more. People do it all the time. You got people that are hitting positions in this business, and the first month, making 5 grand in the first month. With that investment, they'll turn around and pull 5 grand off that. So I don't know, man. I got a GED. I've never been to college. University of Hard Knocks. 42 years old. Been in the military 25 years. And I've taken a lot of risks and chances in life, and life is pretty good so far. So I've lost some and I've won some. But if you're interested, you want to know, holler at me. This is not a sales pitch. I'm just giving you facts. I'm big on data. Data should be measurable and observable. And that's pretty much what I've done here for you, is give you a measure that you can observe over time. So that's it. I hope that helps for some of you folks out there that trying to wrap your head around some of this stuff. And this right here, if you're wondering, yes, absolutely 100%. It is an MLM. And I am not ashamed to say it. Because you know what? MLMs work. Warren Buffett and Donald Trump and all these big people will they're advocates of MLMs. So that's it. Love y'all, and I hope that helps. All right, later.